guys, what's up? I just finished filming my reaction for the reveal trailer for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and I am back to film my reaction for Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 2 official trailer. Y'all, I'm so excited about this. First off, apologies in advance. As I was rewatching my Jedi Survivor trailer, I realized that the sound from the trailer itself was out, so that's why I'm glad I have subtitles on, because then you guys at least know what's being said if you can't hear it. Sometimes the sound works on these when I record, sometimes they don't, so I'm not really sure what's going on. It is what it is. Like I said, I don't spend a lot of time making content for YouTube anymore, and usually when I do, I'm using my phone, which has much better quality, but for stuff like this, I use my computer, and sometimes it's not the greatest. Anyway, so Star Wars The Bad Batch, y'all. I'm super excited about this show. This show came out, I want to say last year or 2021, and it hands down became one of my favorite it is hands down my favorite animated series for Star Wars after Clone Wars. And I'm sure a lot of that has to do with Clone Wars is the high bar for Star Wars animation. Everybody I know who has seen Clone Wars loves Clone Wars. It's such a great series. It introduced us to favorites like Ahsoka Tano and Rex. And it definitely, for those of us who grew up, who the prequels were of Star Wars movies, it definitely added more to the prequels. You know, I've heard people say they didn't like the prequels. They didn't like Attack of the Clones. They didn't like Revenge of the Sith because they didn't feel like, they just didn't like it. But then they watch Star Wars The Clone Wars and then go back and rewatch the prequels, and they enjoy the prequels a lot more. For me, Revenge of the Sith has always been one of my favorite movies. Attack of the Clones was okay, but Revenge of the Sith has always been one of my favorites. But after watching Clone Wars, I do enjoy Revenge of the Sith more, and I do enjoy Attack of the Clones more because it gives a little bit more information. Especially after you go back and watch Revenge of the Sith after watching Clone Wars, I think you gain so much knowledge and you know a little bit more, so it makes you enjoy. Like hearing Anakin say, "This is where the fun begins," and then you watch Clone Wars and that's something Ahsoka says. It makes so much more sense. It also makes kind of a lot more sense that Anakin's so happy in Revenge of the Sith because now we know just before he went to go save Palpa Creep, he was reunited with Ahsoka and he knows she's alive and she's okay. So it makes it so much more enjoyable time to watch Revenge of the Sith, even for someone who that was always their favorite. So that is probably one of the reasons why Bad Batch is my second favorite animated series. I love Rebels, but Bad Batch kind of took the cake for me because I love the clones. So I loved Bad Batch. It was such a good show. I enjoyed the introduction of Clone Force 99. I love the inclusion of Omega. It's so much fun. It was literally, I felt like Bad Batch was a Clone Wars fanfiction brought to life. It was a really great show. So I was excited when I heard about Bad Batch season 2. Like they announced that right at the end of the first season, and then it just seemed like it took forever to get Bad Batch season 2. And actually, Bad Batch season 2, when they announced at Star Wars Celebration, they said, Bad Batch was coming out this past fall. So Bad Batch was actually supposed to come out, I think the original date was like a week or two before they said Andor, with the premiere of Andor. And I'm like, that's going to be interesting. And then they pushed back Bad Batch. And I think the reason they pushed back Bad Batch is they did not want anything to compete with Andor. Because if you notice, they didn't launch like a new Marvel series. They didn't launch a new the only other new Star Wars series they launched was Tales of the Jedi anthology, which FYI, I love that so much more than Andor. So I think that's really why they tried to avoid launching anything big, was they didn't want it to compete with Andor because they wanted everybody, particularly Star Wars fans, to be focused on Andor. And I will say this really quickly. Andor was good. Andor was an amazing show. Did I like it? I liked it. Did I enjoy it? Some of it. Is it a Star Wars show I'm going to go, I have to see that again? Not really. I am going to watch it again, but I mentioned this on my TikTok and my other two channels. Andor is actually my least favorite of the live action Star Wars shows. For me, Star Wars is all about, even in the darkest of times, there's always light, there's always hope. Even during the Clone Wars arcs where things could get really, really, really dark, again, this was a kid's show, you still had a sense of hope and optimism at the end of the arcs, even in the middle of the arcs. Andor did not leave me feeling like that. Andor looked like Star Wars. Andor had the Star Wars story, had the Star Wars detailing. Did it feel like Star Wars? No, because Star Wars to me is all about hope, finding light in the darkness, optimism, never giving up. Andor to me just was really depressing, and I had a friend I work with, she agreed with me too. that to us, Andor was just way too depressing. She actually stopped watching one of the episodes like 10 minutes before it ended. Like the episode before the final one. She stopped watching that like 10 minutes before it ended because she just could not take it anymore because that's how depressed Andor was making her feel. I mean, Andor was hard for me to watch, and I did not stop watching the episodes halfway through. It was just still really hard for me to watch because they were just so depressing and downing. And I get it, that's kind of the point. That's when they were set. But it was still a little bit too much. And again, I feel like I was kind of tricked because I was like, my understanding was it was going to focus a lot on the rebellion, like the leadership and the foundation. And it just seemed to focus on like, oh, Cassian, who becomes this hero. He actually started out as a guy who was really just in it for the money, like a Han Solo-ass character, but not as nice as Han Solo. So it's like, I was sitting there going, this is not what I thought it was going to be. This is not what I felt like we were told it was going to be. So will I watch Andor again? Yes. Did I like Andor? Yes. It's Star Wars. I like anything Star Wars. Was it my favorite? No, and I know I'm going to get hate because I actually like Book of Boba Fett more than Andor. You know, Book of Boba Fett to me is what I was expecting from Star Wars. Andor right now, maybe the second season will get better. I kind of have hope after the last episode, which was my favorite. Maybe Andor will get closer to what I think to what I expect from the feeling and the overall feeling and continuity of what I want from Star Wars. Book of Boba Fett gave me that because it was very much Boba is like dead, it's like scraping and trying to claw his way up from where he was. That is what I kind of expect Star Wars to be. Andor is just at the bottom and at no point during that series seemed determined to pull himself up. Until like the very last episode. You know, it was like the last 2 or 3 episodes, and he was like, yes, I will pull myself up from this. And like the very last episode, he's like, yes, I will do this. And the most of those seasons was like, I also feel like Andor was too long, and the episodes were just too long. So that's my hot take of Andor. Now on to Bad Batch. I'm so excited. We finally have a release date for Bad Batch. It is January 4th. Here's a little bit of a synopsis in the summary. When the new season of Bad Batch opens, months have passed since the events on Camino. You guys, that was a pretty shocking episode to watch, the 2-season finale. And the Bad Batch continue their journey navigating the Empire after the fall of the Republic. So this is still set pretty much right after Order 66. They will cross paths with friends and foes, both new and familiar, and they've already know like 2 of them, as they take on a variety of thrilling mercenary missions that will take them to unexpected and dangerous new places. Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 2 stars Emmy Award nominee D. Bradley Baker as the voice of the Bad Batch, and Emmy Award nominee Michelle Ang as the voice of Omega. Emmy Award winner Rhea Pullman returns to guest star as Sid. Noshir Dalal returns to guest star as Vice Admiral Rampart. And Emmy Award winner Wanda Sykes makes her guest starring debut in the series as Fee Genoa. I think that's how you say it. I'm really excited. The one thing I'm missing is I didn't see Ming-Na Wen put in there as returning as Fennec, which I hope we see her because Fennec is one of my new favorite characters. I love her. But yeah, I'm super, super excited. So January 4th, we're going to get 2 episodes on January 4th. The season finale will also be 2 episodes. And on February 8th, which is my birthday, they're doing 2 episodes. So happy birthday to me. So I'm super, super, super excited. It is going to overlap with The Mandalorian. They announced that the premiere date of Mandalorian is March 1st. So that's going to overlap slightly with Bad Batch. So originally Bad Batch was supposed to air this fall. And Mandalorian was supposed to start in early February, which is why I thought it was going to be on my birthday. You know, that would have been fun. But Bad Batch is now January 4th, and Mandalorian will be March 1st. And I'm interested to see when Loki Season 2 is going to premiere, because usually they try to do it like they do Star Wars, Marvel, Star Wars, Marvel, Star Wars. So they kind of try to overlap them. And I'm wondering if they're not going to air a Marvel show in between between Bad Batch and Mandalorian, because they aired like 2 Marvel shows back to back. I'm not sure. But anyway, enough about that. Let's jump into the Bad Batch Season 2 trailer. Again, I'm sorry about the sound quality, but I hope you guys still enjoy my reaction to this trailer, because like I said, I love, love, love Bad Batch. When I realized I was using this, I mean, you could tell by my makeup, I went a little ham on my makeup today. So, Bad Batch, Bad Batch, Bad Batch, Bad Batch. I am such a clone and Mando girl. That's how weird I am. Okay, here we go. Okay, just this opening shot, this looks like Scarif to me from Rogue One. I mean, I don't think it is Scarif because I don't think Scarif was. I think there maybe it is Scarif. I don't know. But just looking at this, just that, just this, I'm just going, oh, Scarif. But I don't think it is Scarif. Well, let's see. It's so pretty. I want to go to wherever it is. Oh my god, Omega's so big now. Look, look at look, Omega. Look. Yes, Omega. I agree. Oh my gosh, Omega looks so big now. Oh, oh my god. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god, that was fail. Okay, I'm kind of confused with that. They threw in that thing about parents. That was weird. But oh my gosh! 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 You guys, I'm literally like, you guys can probably see it. I am literally bouncing up and down in my seat. I am so excited. Oh my gosh! So I still don't know why it said parents. Bad Batch streaming. Okay, I'm like, here's the thing. Just admit that these shows are not just for kids. I mean, they sit there and say Clone Wars is a kid show. And then I have watched the Clone Wars like numerous times, and every time I watch the Clone Wars, I am like, how is this ever considered a kid show? I mean, they have scenes of Ventress. I mean, there was one scene they had to censor that they put back in of Ventress impaling a soldier on her lightsaber and then kissing him. That was on the show when it aired. They had another scene of Grievous literally stepping on a shoulder and on a clone and crushing him. Again, just admit these shows aren't necessarily for kids. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Can you? Oh my god. Omega looks so different. She grew up. Omega's not a baby anymore. I mean, look at this is look at little baby Omega. Look at little baby Omega. And then she's like, oh, I'm a teenager now. It's like, oh, no, Omega, don't grow up. I'm not ready for Omega to grow up. But oh my gosh, Cody. Okay, so the two characters we knew they were for sure bringing back because they were in the teaser trailer were Cody, which I went ballistic for because of all the clones who after Order 66, I believe, who started doubting, I would have thought Cody would have been one of them. You know, Cody worked so closely with Obi-Wan. You know, Cody and Obi-Wan were literally like as close as Obi-Wan and Anakin. They very much had each other's back. They trusted each other. You know, Cody was the one who always caught Obi-Wan's lightsaber when he lost it and just like, here you go, and always gave it back, you know. Out of and when you read like the Kane and the Last Padawan comics, when you go and look at some of the stuff that has come out, it seems like there were quite a few clones who questioned Order 66 after it took place. You know, you have like Gregor and Wolf, and you have like Rex. Well, they got their chips out, but still, there are quite a few clones that when you look back and look at canon, they questioned what happened. I think the best example is the Last Padawan comics with Styles and Gray. They were two clone troopers who served with Deba Balabra and Kanan, who at the time was Caleb Doom, and they were very close in the comics to the point that one of them, after Order 66, questioned their actions. And when they were close to killing Kanan, the one clone who was questioning his actions actually took down the shields of the ship the clones were on, which allowed Kanan and the people he was with to shoot the ship down and destroy it. That's how guilty that clone felt after Order 66. So out of all the clones who did Order 66, I would have felt like the two clones, some of the clones who would have been the most guilty would have been Wolf, because of Plo Koon, because Papa Plo, he like, my clones, my children. And Cody, because Cody and Rex would have been most, unlike most of the clones, would have been like Rex. When I think of clones that were really affected by their time with the Jedi, I think of Wolf, I think of Rex, and I think of Cody, because those are the three clones in my mind that worked most closely with their Jedi generals. And so Cody, I really would have thought would have felt like guilty, but in this trailer, it seems like he's not questioning the actions of Order 66. He's defending the Empire. He's there with Crosshair. And it doesn't make, and to me, it's like, that's not what I think Cody would do. Was Cody the most typical of the clones? Yes. Out of Wolf, Rex, and Cody, they're my favorite clone commanders and captains. Well, technically commanders. Rex was a commander. Cody was the most typical. He was the one that played by the rule book. Because it's really funny, because you look at Cody and you look at Rex. Cody was very similar to Obi-Wan in that he generally tried to play by the rules, and then he broke the rules, and Rex just straight up, what rule book? It's out the window. Just like Anakin. So I am excited to see Cody, though. I really, really hope that he is questioning Order 66 and what he did, because I just don't think that's fair to Cody, because Cody was like Rex in that he was very devoted to his Jedi. So it just seems unfair to make Cody be like so hardcore Imperial clone. I don't want that for Cody. I know I'm not going to get what I want, because this is Star Wars. We never get what we want from Star Wars. They kind of like going, oh, here, and then just making it better. But yeah, that'll be interesting. The other character, very long-winded explanation about clones, the other character that we already knew was coming back was Gunji. Gunji is that little Wookiee. Gunji actually appeared in an episode arc in Clone Wars. I think it was season 4, where Ahsoka, it was the Gathering, where Ahsoka took some younglings, some initiates, to Ilum to get their kyber crystals to make their lightsabers, and Gunji was one of them. It was, I can't remember all of them. Gunji was the first Wookiee, I think, that we saw in Star Wars canon on the screen that was Force sensitive. In Star Wars Legends, the Young Jedi Knight series, Jaina and Jason Solo had a friend named Lobaka, who is related to Chewbacca, who was Force sensitive and who had built a lightsaber. But in canon, I don't think we had seen that until the Gathering arc in Clone Wars, where we were introduced to Gunji, who had a wooden lightsaber hilt. How cool was that? So it's so exciting to see one of Ahsoka's younglings, especially to see Gunji, because that means some of the other younglings that were with her, they might have survived. And they were definitely, I think, taking after Ahsoka and Anakin and what they were doing, because during their gathering, they were attacked by Hondo and his pirates who were trying to get the crystals, and Ahsoka was captured. And the younglings are the ones who come up with a plan to rescue Ahsoka, and then they have to face down Grievous. So that's one of my favorite arcs, because you see Jedi initiates, you see younglings actually kicking butt, and it was so good. So I'm so excited to see Gunji. So yay! So maybe we're gonna see. Hopefully, there's a season 3, and we're gonna see more of the Bad Batch interacting with Jedi. We also saw Bail Organa. So yay! We're gonna see more Bail. I love him. It looks like it's gonna be such a good season. I'm so excited for Bad Batch. You know, I'm like literally shaking. I'm so excited, especially since on my birthday we're getting 2 episodes. And just by the titles of those episodes, I don't remember where they are, but when I looked at them, I'm thinking maybe it might be related to Cody or Gunji, because it's about truth and conspiracy. So I'm like, fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So yeah, I'm super, super, super excited, you guys, for Bad Batch season 2. I cannot wait. And like I said, I'm super excited because we get 2 episodes on my birthday. So happy birthday to me. Yay. So yay. So oh my gosh, I cannot, like I said, I keep saying it. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm also really interested to see, because I think this season we're going to see the Bad Batch start joining the rebellion a little bit. I mean, what I think people have to remember is the rebellion did not start after Order 66. It was not just something that was started after Palpatine took office. If you read Revenge of the Sith, the novelization, if you've seen the deleted scenes from the movie, you will know that during that time when Palpatine was around the time of Order 66, before it happened actually, there was this thing, I think it was called the Council of 200. It was like 200 senators came together to sign a petition to remove Palpatine from office. They were already planning to take him down because they already thought he was becoming too much of a dictator and too much of a tyrannical ruler. So they were actually actively working to try and bring him down. And Padme, although she did not sign it and was not officially a part of it, she was unofficially a part of it. She was meeting with Mon Mothma and Bail Organa, who were a part of that 200. So she was an unofficial member. She was not a member officially, but unofficially she was. So I think it's very important to realize that the rebellion was starting before Order 66, before Palpatine even became emperor. So I think that's something we have to keep in mind. So I'm wondering, so I feel like and then we saw it in Bad Batch season 1, we saw kind of the beginnings of some of these rebel cells with the Syndulas, with Hera and her parents. And I think we're going to see more of it in season 2. And we have Echo saying we need to be doing more. We could be out there helping people, like he's telling Omega, that saving her and turning their backs on everything they had known. They don't regret that. That was something they had to do. And now there's other people out there that need their help. So I think we're going to, and it looks like the Bad Batch is now targeting Imperials more and more in their jobs. So I really feel like sooner or later, Bad Batch is going to be joining a rebel cell. So I cannot wait to see this season. So you guys, leave me a comment down below what you guys think of Bad Batch season 2. Are you as pumped, as excited as I am? Did you like Bad Batch season 1? What do you think is going to happen in season 2? Are we going to see Bad Batch becoming more and more rebellious, becoming a rebel cell in their own right, or do you think they're still just going to be kind of neutral and just taking jobs wherever they can? What do you think we're going to see in terms of Bail, of Gunji? Are we going to see more of Ahsoka's younglings? And are we going to see Cody, who right now is currently very much an Imperial, are we going to see him start doubting himself and doubting Order 66? So let me know what you guys think about Bad Batch season 2 down below, and any predictions you might have for Mandalorian season 3. We should be getting an official trailer soon. We've only had a teaser trailer. So let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so that when I post new content, you are the first to know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have all of a great day. May the force be with you, and I'll talk to you later. Oh, and I'm sending you all lots of love, hugs, and prayers. So bye guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay sane. Bye.